Good evening, everyone. I hope you are well and safe. Um, let's start this. What's brewing? Before we begin and I introduce our guest of honor, I'd like to mention what today is. 5th of October marks as World Teachers' Day. No matter where you are or where you hail from, teachers are an important part of our life. Be it your best friend teaching you the course last minute, or be it your teacher who has guided you through thick and thin, teachers are always better to have in life. And while you can be your own teacher, it's always better to have someone on the outside supporting you. Now, let's introduce our guest of honor. Um, I'm pretty sure all of you know Mr. Mohammed Virani, but I'll give you a short introduction of him. Professor Mohammed Virani has been associate across multiple colleges in Mumbai. He completed his first master's program in business management from the Mumbai University and his second master's in marketing management from the prestigious University of Simsri. When he not only completed the masters, he actually topped his class. And when he was not busy topping his class, he completed diploma in internet crime investigation from Asian School of Cyber Law, a diploma in creative writing from Xavier's Institute of Communication, and a vocational program in foreign trade. Apart from that, he accomplished various certificate courses in entrepreneurship, management, personality development from Harvard Managed Mentor, and various other courses. He has also won multiple intercollegiate elocution competition and has been awarded the best placement chairperson for placing around 70 graduate students in the year of 2015 from Sydenham College. As many like exploiting all the opportunities that they get, COVID-19 had been an opportunity for him, and after preparing for 2 months in lockdown on June 8, 2020, he launched his own startup and today has several clients ranging from celebrities to social media influencers. And though he prefers not to be associated with that business so that it grows on its own strength, it's surely a pleasure to have Sir on your team all the time. Hello, Sir. How are you?
Thank you so much. Wonderful introduction. Thank you for having me. It is an honor, and it's a great experience to be a part of an initiative which you guys have taken this year amidst all the constraints of this so-called pandemic. And I hope that this, like you said, we are kickstarting it. So I hope it is like the way we expect and possibly more.
Absolutely, sir. So I'll start with a fun question. What is something that people would be surprised to find about you?
Okay. One thing surprising about me. It
Yes.
would be like a daily habit, which I would say every night before sleeping. Of course, I have a long day, which ends at times at 12, at times at 5 a.m. But I make sure that before my parents sleep, I at least spend half an hour with them, despite all the constraints. At times, it may get challenging. It may uh, have its own constraints, but I try that. So yeah, that would be surprising element for a few, if not all.
That's actually great spending time with your parents. Since you're a
Yeah.
teacher by profession, how has your teaching philosophy changed with time?
Okay. So I would not call myself being into academics as an accidental thing. Rather, I would call it as a thing which I wanted to take as a part time, and so it would be part time even in future. You never know till when. However, my philosophy has always been fun. I think I don't know if you agree, disagree,
Yes,
or you have your sorry.
absolutely, I agree.
Yeah. So it has been fun, and if you're asking about evolving, I always try to find ways to make this education, rather not just teaching. I would rather consider entire education system. If we can engage with students, if we can engage with the youth of this nation, or for that matter, any youth anywhere in the world, if you can engage with them and then educate, it would be much better education rather than just educating them, bombarding them with knowledge and saying that, okay, this is this, this is this, this is this. It would be better to first engage with them, know how they think, speak their language, uh, know their language, and try to connect with them through the subject or through what the topic of discussion would be. So whether it be a lecture, whether it be a seminar, or whether it be an interview like this. So when you can connect with the audience through their language, knowing their language would be more important. And how has it evolved? You said. I try to make it more fun each time. I think of ways which would make it more interesting, more fun, and in a way, at times I go off the subject when I'm taking lectures of, say, for that matter, international marketing. I would take them off to not just international marketing. I would take them off to something which is irrelevant to the subject, but very much trendy as a topic, right? So that disconnect and reconnect is very important. So constant connection makes the wire also a bit loose. So connection, disconnection, and reconnection is what I feel makes it more interesting and makes it more relatable to the audience that you're addressing to. So that
I
is how
think
I think I've tried to evolve.
as a
Yeah.
student of yours myself, actually I have witnessed this, that you have this charisma that just that people want to attend your class. No matter what time it is, we will always be up to attend your class.
It's
That would bring my next question actually. Since you're deeply passionate about entrepreneurship, is that the reason why you joined teaching? Since your college days are a time when most ideas are born and also most ideas are dismissed. Like nahi ho sakta.
true that, true that. At the core of the idea of taking academics as a part-time thing, I don't think that would be the core idea, but yes, definitely. One of the aspect of joining that would be definitely idea that young ideas. In fact, I see a lot of rather tens, if not hundreds, of ideas dying right in front of me. I mean, I can see that this person is trying so hard, this person has tried so hard, and even after trying so hard, somewhere this person is not able to bring that thing out, or possibly the system is built such that there are a lot of constraints. There are a lot of constraints. It is not very easy for so I see a lot of constraints in the system for a young kid or for a student to not just study but also to bring his ideas into reality. So it is difficult. It is difficult, but yes, definitely, I am looking forward to help those students in a way with my knowledge that I have, which I've received in these many years, and my experiences, not just mine, but experiences of students who have tried and yet failed, or possibly who are there and succeeding. Why are they succeeding? Why is somebody else failing? Why is somebody succeeding? All of these factors are there as an experience. It's an experience bank which is gathering not just of mine but of all the students and all the people that I know. And whenever I see somebody trying hard and trying something in a wrong way, I try to correct that. Okay, listen, this somebody else had done the same mistake. Possibly you can try another way, right? And possibly this is a similar way wherein you can adopt this way rather than that, unless that person has a reason behind that. Okay, this is the way in which somebody else failed, but I would succeed because of so and so. So it of course depends on person to person, but after all, experiences of other people are the best teachers. So you learn from their experiences and see your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities and challenges, and then you take your journey forward. It may be so that one thing works for you and it doesn't work for somebody else. So the idea is to gain experience and then to form your own story. You cannot be somebody else. And you should rather not be somebody else. You should be yourself and definitely take advantage of others' experience. That is how I see the entire thing. So finally concluding that, was this the thing that brought me to academics? Yes, in a way. Is it this thing that will keep me for a bit longer in this profession? Definitely, yes.
Has it ever happened that a student of yours has like काफी time बाद he has pinged you and he said आपने एक advice दी थी and because of that I'm where I am. Has it ever happened
Hmm.
yet or
Yeah, it does happen. One second, before I take this question, I would say hi to everybody out here. A lot of messages coming. I can see a lot of likes and messages coming here from different colleges and other people who know me. Hi to everybody. And if we are here, let's give a round up for the Road Track Club Southern College. Let's put something for them. Let's put a say. RCSC rocks or something like that. Hello everyone. We should see a rain of comments possibly for them in their appreciation that despite their time constraints, they have taken this time and taken this initiative. So let's have a lot of messages if possible.
RCSC
Yeah,
rocks? Yes.
yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, can you please repeat the question?
So, has it ever
Yeah.
happened that a student of yours, after a while, has pinged you saying that, "Hello, sir, आपकी एक advice थी और मेरी life set हो गई."
Uh-huh.
Has it
Life
ever
set, okay.
happened?
Okay, so I'm not yet 30, like I may be looking like, or possibly otherwise. So my tenure of into being into academics has not been more than 5 years. However, at times I get messages across social media. At times I have messages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. The more professional ones put me a message on LinkedIn. The other ones put it on Instagram and Facebook and all the other platforms that I am available on. And अभी तक ऐसा कुछ वो नहीं है कि मेरी लाइफ बन गई, but there are so many appreciation messages coming apart from 5th of September or 5th of October. And it is overwhelming. At times, I have received paragraphs of students saying that, okay, this was the moment when you said this, it clicked me, and I'm pursuing this thing because of what you said. And to be very honest, when you are speaking something, you possibly do not know what impact your words uh, might be having on somebody whose brain is wanting that one last push or that one first push. So you never know when your good words or words phrased in a good way or words said with good intention, all of these matters, right? When it clicks to somebody and possibly that person would do something that you would never have imagined. And definitely I would want to take name of Shaswat. I don't know if he's here. He's in University of Liverpool. I don't know if his time frame is matching with ours. You know him. I'm sure you know him. And he
Senior,
would
right?
always, yes, yes, senior, yeah. So he would always be like, even during the lectures when I was there, and when the lecture ended, and he would be sitting like this, and he would tell me that, sir, ab bolte jaiye. And it was overwhelming at times. It was a part of fun during the lecture that everybody else is ready with the bag to or packing up stuff. Uh, but he was like, sir, aap kuch boliye. He's definitely messaged me before going to Liverpool. He's messaging, he's still in touch. And he's always sent messages on random days. Thank you, sir, for being a part of my life. And this is one example, and he's very regular at it. There are others who have messaged once, big paragraphs or small 2, 3 statements. And at times when you read that, when you understand what impact can you have if you have good intention, what impact can you have on young minds, because it is those who are young today are going to lead the country, are going to lead the world. And if you can, in a way, influence them to create something. Okay, Gruti saying agreed with Shaswat. Okay, so in a way, if you influence this generation, and whenever you are influencing the younger generation, you are not just influencing them, you are influencing next 50 years. So if you're influencing an old person, very good, right? But if you're influencing, that is why today all the marketing geniuses, they target the young audience, the college going groups. And even if they want to, even if they are spending 100%, even if they are spending 100% on a product, for example, if a 100 rupee thing is taking 100 rupee marketing to get one young client, they will be fine, because the lifetime revenue that you're generating from that person will be a lot. So this is in terms of money, but in terms of value, you generate much more. So this is what keeps me on this profession, and it overwhelms. It makes you so happy at times when you're feeling low, and you feel that nothing's working, or at times when you're just low for no reason. You just open that message up and see that yes, you can make some difference. So that is what would keep you motivated for whatever you're doing, right?
Right, because that's actually such a good way to give back to you. Because as a student, we get a lot from a teacher. I don't think
Hmm.
it's something that can ever be repaid back. And if something as small as a message can make your day, well then, और कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं
True,
हमको.
absolutely,
Yep.
absolutely,
Actually,
true,
as you
absolutely.
mentioned that sometimes it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Many of your students admire you, and it would be safe to say that we don't just look a guru in you; we also see a friend. So when it gets overwhelming, how do you take a like? Do you take a step back? What's the procedure that you follow?
Okay. The procedure that I follow is, can I be better? That's the question that you always want to know and always want to ask. For example, one of the incident that I'm remembering at the moment is that when I was in a class and there was the CR was taking the attendance, and I realized that one student, I was sitting, I was just relaxing while the attendance was happening, and I realized that there's one student who's not raised her or his, I don't remember. Okay, sorry, I was distracted by the comments.
I yeah,
Uh,
I saw it too.
okay, Mrunma has also been one of the students who is always there. I mean, just when I say a case study, just when I speak about a case, he would Google it like while I'm saying it, he would be there with his comments and links. And okay, sir, what sir is telling, the link is here. You can refer to this, and so on and so forth. So yeah, thank you, Mrunma, for bringing that energy and zeal to the class. However, so I remember that incident wherein that student did not give the attendance, and I was like, "Is your roll number gone? Are you not giving your attendance? What is it like?" And eventually, I got to know that she does not belong to this class. Rather, she did not belong to this department. And then I realized that okay, there are real life Three Idiot movies scene where there's some dialogue I don't remember. I've seen a clip of that thing wherein you say that knowledge kahin se bhi milta hai, le lena chahiye. And I asked what made you come to this class? I mean, you are a person of finance and we are discussing marketing here. And the answer I got was that uh, I heard it was interesting and it is. And that took me back. I mean, I did not know how to react. So the thing is that when you are giving knowledge, when you give knowledge, knowledge is such a thing that, like I remember quote of Hazrat Ali, he says that when you distribute knowledge, when you give out knowledge, whatever form of knowledge that would be marketing knowledge, that would be technological, scientific, financial, whatever knowledge you have, good knowledge, when you spread it, it multiplies. Rather, if you have 100 rupees and you give 50 rupees to somebody, you are having half the wealth. But when you have a statement of motivation, when you have a statement of, say, whatever, good statement, good knowledge, uh, yes, Prasad sir, thank you so much for being that friend, being that dost, being that guru who I've learned from. I remember with Prasad sir, it was his first batch, and we were, I think, I don't remember if I was in FY or TY, but I remember him staying back with us after lecture and discussing as if we did not even realize that he's a professor. So that is what also has a lot to the personality or the attitude that I have towards the students. So he's been one of the people who, amongst professors, of course, there were really amazing professors, but he had been the one that he was cool with going out and chilling with us at a restaurant and having SYBMs, right? So he was very cool with having a sandwich outside the college or having a conversation, a fun-filled conversation. We did not realize that this is a professor and we are a student. It was like a discussion which was between friends of the same energy, same zeal, and that is what matters. That is what matters. So even after 50 years, if I happen to meet him, I'm sure he would still be having his biceps and his well-built physique, but you'd still remember him for the person that he is, and the time that we spent with him. So that is what is important. And like you said, how do you manage all these things? When you are overwhelmed, how do you react? I try to react in a way, rather I'm not sure how to react. I try how to respond to it. I take time, I let it sink in. Then I think, can I get better? Can I give a bit more of me, more from me to the students who deserve it better? Am I trying my best to reach to students who possibly do not have that much of courage to come to a professor or come to anybody for that matter for help? Is it just one question that, do you need something? Are you all right? Are you seem a bit dull? Such questions would definitely make the student's day, or possibly they would make the student's career for that matter. If he's confused by kya karu, mujhe pata hi nahi hai. I'm doing my TY, I'm in my, SY, but I do not know what to do. I do not know what to take. Should I work? Should I do MBA? Should I do this? Should I do that? A whirlpool of thoughts is there in the mind of a student. And every new person that meets that person, they confuse him more. To understand that person and to give him a solution is very, very critical and crucial. But before that, to tap that person and ask, hey, is everything all right, is more important than giving a solution. At times, just listening to that person or student or person rather would be more important than providing a solution. At times, when he's speaking his problem, he realizes his problem and realizes the solution as well. So that's how I think.
I mean, yeah, I would say that resonates to the student part of me because, as you know, last year when we were pushed into lockdown, early April, all of the students, we saw this as an opportunity to upskill. Uh,
Hmm.
we were eager to experiment those skills, to join in internships, but that's the problem here. Like when you apply for an internship, you're 50% likely to get rejected. And sometimes it
Yeah.
feels like this is a never ending cycle. So, what would be your
Right.
recommendation? How should we approach this?
Okay. A very good thing. Rather, I would say that we should make it common for students to work and study. Because it is high time that in a country like India, we can definitely have students who can finance their own studies. We can definitely have students who can uh, have their own pocket money and do not depend and be, of course, there's parents would never feel a burden of their student. They would never feel, "Kare, mujhe isse paisa dena pada." They would always want to give more and give the best to their kid. But at the same time, if the student, if the child is himself or herself taking care of his pocket money and at times getting some tiny little gifts for their parents, it would be more overwhelming to the parents. They would feel more happy than giving the pocket money than getting a small tiny little gift. It may be worth 10 rupees, it may be worth 20 rupees. The money factor doesn't come in. It is the factor that my child, my son, my boy is doing better than what I had thought him or her to do. Correct. So, coming back to my point that we should make it very common to for students to work. You've got to break the stereotype. Absolutely, we got to break the stereotypes, and we got to make it common for students to earn and learn. And we have to make it easy. We have to enable this. So this is the generation, including professors, including academicians. This is a generation wherein we need to enable this entire process. And for that, before this thing started, or rather, while this was getting finalized, this program was getting finalized, my sister and I thought of this, like because there were many people who were sending messages that मुझे internship नहीं मिल रहा है, बहुत time से हम ढूंढ रहे हैं, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. And we realized we could do something about it. And so we started a LinkedIn group because it's a professional platform where people can join in and understand and learn and get some connections, build some connections. And to all people out here and all those who will listen to this in future, all the students, you may be on Snapchat, you may be on WhatsApp, or rather, I would say you are on Instagram, you are on Snapchat, you are on WhatsApp, you are on all these other fancy apps which are there for entertainment. But LinkedIn is an app which you should be on. And at times people say that where do you get all these interesting insights from? And it is convenient to say that, okay, I get it from LinkedIn. But there has to be a willingness. There has to be a willingness that you are wanting to learn something insightful. You're wanting to learn something new. You're wanting to learn something which is interesting. And when you have that desire, then LinkedIn also comes in, then Google also comes in, then your quest for knowledge comes in, all the other magazines and all the other books comes in. So when there's a desire, the sources are available. So coming back to your question of where we can find internships, so we made a group, LinkedIn group, and I think around 50 to 100 people students have already joined in. And the only idea is, of course, no monetary benefit behind this, but the only idea is to have students who are not able to find internships to get some information about internship here. So we've named it Internopedia, and this is available for everybody who can just join in and see what all internship opportunities are available. It would be across finance, even job opportunities, if any, we would just post it there. So it is there for everybody. So this is the thing which we thought rather, that we could start off with to just begin this change, or just begin this change that we are looking forward to in our country. So this is one thing. There are internship opportunities. At times, there are recruiters looking for people that kahan hai, job, bande kahan hai, अच्छे लोग kahan hai. And at times you feel that I'm not getting any internships. And you listen to this news that ये बंदा बहुत लोगों को ढूंढ रहा था पर उसे कोई मिला नहीं. So it needs a platform wherein we can connect the demand and supply. So one small step has been this, and we need to make this more common. We need to make this more common. All the colleges, all the academic institutions, all the other institutions who are looking forward to a social change or any kind of change can definitely bring a lot to this. Bring a lot to this.
Since we are talking about opportunities, that brings a question to my mind. You know, like when opportunities come knocking at your door, you're supposed to open the door and you're supposed to welcome them with open arms. And that's something that most of the students aspire to do. But what are we
Right.
supposed to do if things get out of control, if we have so much on our plate that we spend our time only chasing deadlines? How should we prioritize? I believe the same must have been your experience as well, since you're involved in so many courses and you have completed your masters while you have your teaching career in the side. So how do you prioritize? How do you juggle stuff?
Uh, okay, so here comes the work-life balance or the study-life balance for many of them. So when we're speaking about balancing the striking the right balance, uh, what could be done is that, for example, when I have some time or when I squeeze in some time and have it for deciding what to do next and when to do what next, right? So at times you can break it down. At times you can break it down that okay, next 3 months I'm going to achieve this. Okay, set a deadline. Next 6 months, I'm going to achieve this. Next 1 year, I'm going to do this. So long term, short term, break your goals into smaller goals. Otherwise, you look at, I will go to Harvard and study. I will go to Harvard and do my master's. But what are you doing on ground? You have not broken your mission or your vision into objectives. You have not broken it down to smaller goals that when you achieve that goal, you will feel happy that, okay, I've done something. I can do better. And that competitive spirit you develop for yourself. Uh, Apart from that, apart from developing yourself to get yourself doing more than what you think you can, one other important thing that I kind of learned a bit late or I'm still learning is to say no. Is to say no. It is very difficult to say no, especially when you're shy, when you're young. To say a no is very difficult. It's like मैं कैसे ना बोल, मैं ना बोल ही नहीं सकता या मैं ना बोल ही नहीं सकती. And this is a very common term that we realize. And when you say no, it need not be rude. When you say no, it need not be like, no, I don't want to do this. It can be that, oh, I have one or two things, so I'm already having some commitments, and I possibly would be able to do this in future, or I might not be able to do it right away. So there are different polite ways of saying a no. I myself would not suggest this because I'm still not a pro at saying no. So I somehow try to accommodate more and more, and at times that becomes taxing on your health. At times it costs you your sleep, at times even peace, and at times even your health. It compromises a lot of things. So when you realize that, okay, saying no is okay, you are not an enemy to say somebody a no. You can easily say no by, and it's not that when you learn that art, you use that everywhere. Okay, तेरे को कुछ काम है नहीं करूँगा. You know, that is not the way you're supposed to do. So you have to strike a balance between when to say no and when to take it forward, right? And when you know when to strike that balance, you are at a good pace, you know you are competitive, at the same time you know when to say no, when to take that opportunity, when to not take an opportunity. Rather, when you have multiple opportunities, which often happens, especially when you are in placements and when you're selected by all the companies, or maybe 2 companies or 3 companies, and you are having internship offers by say 3 companies altogether. What happens is that you need to understand, you need to be quick in your decision. You cannot keep thinking till the time that opportunity goes away, because when it goes away, it would be sweeter than when it was in your hand. So an opportunity lost is often more sweeter than when it was yours, right? So decide quickly, decide on the basis of analysis that, okay, this is better, this is better. If you cannot decide with your instinct, some people decided by their instinct, some people decided by calculations. So if you cannot decide it by your instinct, go with calculation. This has +1, +1, +1, -1, +2. You give it some ranking. And after giving that ranking, do not keep thinking, "Kya isme aisa nahi hua to." All those doubts make your decision pending, and that will lead to your loss. So once you select something logically, rationally, and maybe a bit of emotionally as well, then I think you should stick to it. Because an opportunity which would seem to be an 80%, if you give your 100%, it will be 180%. So that's how you decide fast, learn to say no, and choose between the opportunities that are available to you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's all about coming to terms with the opportunities that you have and the opportunities that you're going to go with, right?
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll bring a fun question here. Are you still in touch
Okay.
with your college friends?
Uh, okay. Are you asking virtually or are you asking
Uh,
personally? Like,
Personally, I would say, like, do you get to hang
Personally,
out
okay,
now, or
so I get a good advantage of COVID here. So because of COVID, I've not been in touch with many of them for past 2 years. But on a serious note, I have been in touch with many of them virtually on WhatsApp, on groups. I've attended a lot of their weddings, a lot of their functions. But if you say just to chill, just to meet and greet, somehow my schedule and their schedule of meet and greet has never matched so far. I hope it does, but so far it has not matched. I would not complain their schedule because I know mine is a bit more complex, a bit more lengthier than theirs. So whenever they decide onto something, I get something which I cannot avoid. I do regret not being a part of that gathering wherein they are just having old memories, discussions, and knowing what everybody is doing and so on. I do miss that, but there's a cost of everything, like they say. So yeah.
and since we are reminiscing, is there a fun college event that still somehow gets you laughing?
Okay, so fun. I don't remember at the moment any fun incident, but I do remember that during MBA, when after lectures, so it was evening college, and after the lectures, we had our own, the entire batch used to stand together and discuss and have fun on irrelevant or relevant topics, and that was almost every day. So they were working professionals as well, who were doing this course, this masters, and when they when you were late because of work, so lecture was over or about to get over, so they could just come and see, okay, यहाँ पर खत्म होने की तैयारी है, so they don't enter, respecting the professor or respecting the decorum of the class, and they would not go back to their homes, though they were tired after working for an entire day, but they would stay, because, and I was like, रुके क्यों तुम लोग? And they were like, we still have one more lecture, which is fun lecture. So that is what I remember, that that built a bond between all the students, because everybody's working, everybody's busy in their lives, and you getting those 20 minutes, 30 minutes creates a bond. And at times I've also seen that one of the group of that college fun meet, has also come up with a startup. So when you're having fun, मस्ती मस्ती में serious बातें भी हो जाती है, और कभी कभी serious बातों में मस्ती हो जाती है. So it's a combination of both, wherein you enjoy each day rather than having one incident. Because if there was one big incident, I would have remembered. But yeah, I think each of the day we had split the fun because there were time constraints. So yeah, that is what I remember about college. The last masters that I did. Yeah.
This is a serious one. Your experience brings forward that you are someone who turns hurdles into opportunities. You are someone, मैं तो नहीं रुकूंगा. That's what your nature is. Has this been from the very beginning, or this is something that you developed with time?
Uh, okay. I would say partially it was there. Yeah, true. Dipansha, yeah, all ideas come up when you're having fun. True, absolutely true. And to be honest, the college which I select, SimSci, you guys know it. Even the let me remember that name. Book My Show came up with students of SimSci. So you never know. At times, it is not just about the lectures that you attend, but the people that you meet and the ideas that you come together with. For example, like I said, that if you do not know something, if you do not specialize in something, possibly you can find a partner for that. And you never know that that institution could be a platform to connect with those partners that you're missing for life. So whether a lot of SimCity students, whenever they give speech, they do say that, okay, I found my life partner. But I would rather say in an MBA institute, it would be better to find a business partner than a life partner, right? So when you get those right people with you, when you know that you gel with those people well, and you know that this person is excelling in this field, I'm excelling in this, and when we club that too, we have 1 plus 1 is 11. We have synergy, right? So when you make those connections are much more important than the fun that you had, than the lectures that you attended. So networking is really important. Uh, Coming back to your question, that was I such from forever, or have I evolved and learned? I would say partially I was such since childhood, and I've evolved over time. And since childhood, I remember an incident wherein my grandfather, my late grandfather, he had an event which was at Birla Matushri Auditorium, and I remember that there was a drama, there was a skit which was a spiritual kind of a skit, which was scheduled, and what happened was that the background, the background when you have a drama set up, so you have some things, commentaries coming from the background in an audio form, wherein some people are doing something and there's this audio. And one of the crew member forgot. It was the time of I was around it. I was less than 10 years of age, rather 7 8 years. Uh, and I remember that one of the crew member, he forgot one of the announcement cassette. Earlier we didn't used to have all these Apple phones, and you just put the aux wire and you start. So there were cassettes. So one cassette was left somewhere, and he didn't realize that. And there's a crowd of around 1,000 people, and everybody's running from here and there. The entire drama has come to us. It's slowly stopping. It is not stopped because the audience doesn't know that there's a pause here, and the audience doesn't know that the audio is supposed to come in. Well, we were barely one back then. Oh yeah, don't make me feel too old. I still am not Salt Pepper look. Okay, I still believe to be with younger generation so that I feel younger than what I am, and I get to learn a lot of ideas from you guys. So okay, so that cassette was missing, and then I was there. My grandfather was there. Everybody was moving from. There was sudden change in the temperature of the room. Everybody was moving from here and there, and there was something noticed by the audience as well. However, I came there, and in that 7 8 year old kid, what sense and what alertness that kid would have, and I just generally asked what happened, and somebody told me that this is not there, and I started digging that bag where the cassettes were, and I took the master cassette wherein all the audios were there. And then I told the sound guy, I knew I was I loved technology, and I loved all those tapes, opening those tapes and fitting it again. Some of them did, some of them didn't. I removed that thing, and I said, okay, this is announcement number what? This is commentary number what? And 4 and 5. Okay. So I put the earphones back then. I said, okay, put the speakers off. I put that cassette, started it, and when I came to the point wherein I knew that this is the announcement, I said, okay, so put the speakers on. And then everything, the temperature of the room again came back to normal. So when it is challenging, it is fun. And at times, many people do tell me, who know me personally, I may appear otherwise, but I at times wait for the last moment for some things. I don't know. I tend to behave in a particular way. Yeah, my sister is saying this is one of the
Are
best
you calling yourself
childhood
a
memory.
procrastinator, or are you saying that
No,
waiting till the end you get?
no, I'm not calling myself procrastinator because that would sound wrong, and it is not that way. But the thing is that when you give yourself 10 years to accomplish a thing, and you think कि 10 साल में मुझे ये करना है, तो उसको 15 साल लगेंगे, right? And when you think कि वही चीज अगर मैं एक महीने में कर सकता हूँ, 10 साल का काम है, लेकिन आप logical, of course, not illogical, but you say give yourself 8 months, then you would realize कि 8 महीने में भी हो सकता था. मैंने सोचा नहीं था, but मैंने सोचा कि 8 महीना. If you give yourself more time, you are like, okay, humans are such, they prefer आराम, they prefer कि चलो ठीक है आराम से करते हैं. We are by nature, normally, majority of us, not stereotyping it, but majority of us are like, okay, ठीक है, we like peace, we like आराम, we like sleeping more, we like all of these things. But when you give yourself less time, who hasn't procrastinated at least once in their lifetime? Definitely. We all have. I would like to believe that. But when you give yourself more time, you take more time. So rather than saying I procrastinate things for the last moment, it is like I give myself less time ke kar sakta hai, So to live on that edge gives you a different kick. And it gives you that last moment adrenaline rush wherein you would feel that, okay, ye mujhe karna padega. I have to do it because there's no other option. Okay, I would not recommend this to all, but I am working on that as well. That okay, if I can do that in the last few moments, I can do that in the first few moments as well. But at times when I try that a lot, but it somehow doesn't happen. So yes, I believe in giving yourself lesser time, not postponing things and not procrastinating. Yeah.
You like challenges.
Yeah. In a way, if it is not challenging, it's not fun. So, and if it's not fun, it's not interesting. And if you're not interesting, you're not performing well. That's how I feel.
Correct. What are the current trends that are baffling to you?
Okay, you mean in the should I Unnati does what?
Procrastinate.
Okay,
Procrastinate, I
okay,
think that's
okay.
what you said.
So
Yeah.
put it in a fancy way like I did.
Yes.
No, I try not to do that. But yeah, at times you do feel that okay, this could have been done earlier because that was an unnecessary rush. Uh, true. Okay, so
The question was, what
okay,
are the current trends that are baffling to you?
yeah. So you mean in the negative aspect or the positive ones?
Both, because
Okay,
there are
both.
few things that I don't like about my generation, but there are also a few things that I also love about my generation. So something on the similar
Okay.
line.
Okay. So one thing that you do not like about your generation. Sorry, I'm turning the tables, but it would not be a bad idea to have an answer from you as well.
I would say that we have this tendency of, maybe it's across all generations, but we have this tendency of challenging everything. Like ये अगर किसी ने
Hmm.
बोला करने को तो नहीं क्यों क्यों ऐसे क्यों
क्यों
ऐसे
करना
क्यों
है?
करना है?
Right,
Yes.
right. So you
So
like that,
we
or
have
is it
this.
good or bad?
It's bad because it gets you in trouble a lot. It's something I do, but it gets you in trouble a lot of times. You end
Okay.
up
So,
disappointing people. You end up irritating them. So
hmm, right. So on this note, I would of course come up with my answer as well. But buffering could be something you find bad yet good at the same time. Okay. You want a combo of both. Okay. So I would definitely speak about a few things that I definitely do not like, and I definitely would want them not to be a part of the world. But sometimes when you're challenging everything, of course, like she said, Dimple says that being rebellious. Being rebellious is different, but questioning everything is also good. Questioning everything is also good, but because if Elon Musk did not think that we could visit Mars, I'm not saying be there, because in my opinion so far, I feel that humans may reach Mars. I do not doubt the fact, but humans or humanity finding peace on Mars is still questionable in my mind. You could be there, you could stay there, you could live there, you could survive there. But is finding peace that we have here on Earth possible on Mars? I don't know. Because physically you would set up everything scientifically. But where would you get your emotional and social aspects from? And where would you connect with that planet or no? It all has a question mark in my head. So being peaceful on Mars is questionable. But going to Mars, if you didn't have challenged the fact that okay, we are here on Earth, he would possibly have never been even to space for that matter. So challenging the pre-existing notions is good for a reason, but being rebellious for no reason is bad. That is how I see it, right? Coming to questions like what is baffling? Uh, two of the things which, two or rather three of the things which uh, at times, I just puts me off. Number one is a mob lynching. As a country, as a citizen of the world, forget our country, forget any other country. As a citizen of our world, we need to stop this. We need to stop this. We need to be more educated. We need to be more understanding. We need to be more acceptable, right? Because if everybody starts this, who is going to survive? Right? So number one is definitely mob lynching that I do not like. Whenever I read it, it puts me off. Whether it is a person belonging to any religion, mob lynching, irrespective of religion, irrespective of caste, creeds, race, whatsoever, it is bad. It needs to stop. It has started now after a long period of time, and it needs to stop as soon as possible. Number two, rape culture. Rape anywhere, whether you call any sort of rape, has to stop. Has to stop. We need to educate. We need to punish stricter. And before punishing stricter, we need to educate them what it is to respect the other gender. When I speak this word, I do not think that it is only a girl who is being abused. It has to be both. It has to be a human who cannot be molested, who cannot be raped, and this has to stop. Okay, I understand that there are constraints, but it can get better definitely. I am sure. I'm not sure. I do not see possibility of going into extinction. That okay, there's no rape happening. I wish that world to be, but definitely you can reduce it a lot. So these are the two things which, and this is offline. Online would be troll culture. When somebody is wearing a particular thing, first of all, the fashion makes you wear a particular kind of things. When you wear that thing, you are trolled that you're looking like a banana, you're looking like an apple, you're looking like a XYZ. You're body shame, you're trolled. You're either too fat, you're either too thin, you're either too dark, you're either too fair, you're either too much of anything, right? So this troll culture also needs to stop. Educated people should stop this, right? Because what happens is when a person who's, and it is not about educated people as well, it is about the culture. It is about the culture, right? One second. There's some message for me? No? Okay, I don't know. The Pankaj is saying something. Is it for me? I didn't get that. Anyway, so that is the thing. That is a okay. I think Unnati is disconnected. Okay. These are the two things or three things rather, which puts me off. The good things. The good thing would be because of COVID, we've had an exponential or rather an explosive growth in all these online platforms, in all these platforms where you can connect with the audience, where you can connect. No, I meant that one should embrace themselves irrespective of others' opinion. Absolutely, yes, Dipansha, can't agree more. So when you realize that there are so many platforms, when one realizes that there are so many platforms out there available to connect with people, internet getting better, internet spreading much more, giving opportunities to people, giving opportunities to students out there, giving opportunities to everybody out there who wouldn't have been this privileged unless for internet. So this thing makes me feel very happy that when I see a small poor kid getting education from looking at his mobile phone, sitting in his small tiny hut or a house and getting knowledge, gaining knowledge, taking education makes me happy. So this is one of the things that whenever I see this, I feel extremely delighted. And of course, everybody speaks about AI. It's a very debatable topic, but yeah, it is one of the topics that interests me, and I'm looking forward to what impact it would have on human society. I think Unnati is still. I think Unnati is disconnected. We'll wait for her to connect again. Okay. Meanwhile, if we have any audience reaction or anything that you guys would want to share, I would love to hear from you. Meanwhile, Unnati would connect. Just check my phone. Yeah, she got disconnected. Yeah. Okay, Jay. I don't know. Till then, I can answer some fun questions. Yeah, definitely. What are the questions? I'm up for it. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Freya. Okay, she's back. No problem at all. I understand. Technology has its own constraints. It is good to have technology. Otherwise, without technology, we wouldn't be able to survive this pandemic the way we did. So it's always good to reconnect rather than not connect at all. I can see my screen being split, but
Yeah, can you?
okay. The group's name is Internopedia. Who is Jitu Bhaiya? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. That is Internopedia. I've just started it. I've posted some really good opportunities for students out there and for anybody out there. If somebody is wanting to work and if they can crack the interview, why not? Right? It's called Internopedia. Like Wikipedia, Internopedia. Yeah, Internopedia. Yes, that's the spelling. The coffee talk is going great, but my coffee is now not hot anymore. So yeah, meanwhile, I would like to thank the entire core team once again. I should definitely uh, give them a shout out. One second, I need to have their names. Uh, and more than a shout out, I need to thank them for organizing this thing. And the names are, one second. It focuses on all kinds of internships, Dimple. All opportunities that okay, Koda Factory. Okay, I don't know. Cold coffee is just too good. Hot coffees are also good enough. But what about coffees which are not either too hot or not either too cold? So Lukewarm coffees are not good enough, to be honest. So, thank you for the entire core team. Let me have their names: Dipansha Kitawat, who's the president; Parth Barot, if I don't know if I'm pronouncing his surname wrong. Then Jigyan Patel, HRD officer. Parth is vice president. Unnati is the treasurer and the host for today. Then Palash Wadekar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing their names right, but the intentions are definitely right. He was the secretary. Richa Rao is the joint secretary, and Shri Atharva Gendre. He's a sergeant at arms. So yeah, all of these people, a very good initiative. A lot of efforts. I am aware of the efforts that you guys have been putting. So thank you, all of you. We would wait for a few more minutes. Jitu Bhaiya is a fictional character, a teacher who inspires a student exactly like you. Oh, thank you so much, Sanya. Oh, I didn't read your name earlier. Thank you so much. As far as it is a good thing, I don't mind. अच्छा लगा ना सुन के बस नियत अच्छी होनी चाहिए तो अच्छा लगेगा. So if you, as far as you are happy, uh, parts तो सही बोला होगा मैंने शायद. So as far as you are happy hearing your name, because at the least I could give you is appreciation and gratitude. Definitely, definitely. I don't know if Landmine Jones, I don't know which college you're from, but definitely would love to meet you. Okay,
Right.
I think Unnati is back.
I'm
Hi.
so sorry for that.
Not
It
at
was
all,
my
not at
fault.
all,
Yeah.
not at
So
all. Yeah,
actually, that was my last question, and I'm pretty sure you must have answered it, right? Uh,
yeah, I did.
yeah.
I answered
Again,
yeah, a few other
yeah.
questions as
Once
well.
again, yeah. I'm sorry once again.
Not at all, not at
So
all. You need not be.
yeah, this is how we come to an end. I have a rapid fire round for you. I'll ask you
Okay,
questions, and you have to answer it within 5 seconds. Okay?
okay.
So
Within 5 seconds.
it
If
would
I
be
don't,
quick.
I
Yeah.
get penalized. I
No,
get penalized.
no,
Okay,
no, no.
you. Not,
We'll move on to
okay,
the
okay.
next question then. Then the audience
Okay,
will answer.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So, uh, what's your favorite place to be?
Uh, okay. Home.
Okay. If
Working
you
at
could go
home.
back in time,
Working at
what?
home. So I corrected it. Working at home. That would be best.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're someone who likes to work from home. You're not a fan of
Not
office
really,
work.
but no. I would prefer working from office, but working from home on the things that I love would be more fun.
Okay. Online lectures or offline lectures?
Offline lectures.
If you could go back in time, at what timeline would that be?
What? What? Sorry, your voice broke. What was
If you could go back in time, what would be that timeline?
timeline? It would be a timeline wherein people are less population. I prefer that.
If you had limitless money, what would be that one place you'll travel to?
One place I would travel to. I would travel to
Yes.
space. I think that would be interesting to see Earth from a different point of view.
Yeah, that's also a bit risky. Like, what are the chances of you coming back? Highly unlikely.
It is like I said, live life on edge. So it goes with that, doesn't it?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Marines or Carter Road?
Marines.
Marines.
I've been there.
Okay.
Carters, I have been, but Marines I've been because of our system. So yeah, Marines.
Again, if you had limitless money, what would be that one institution you'd like to attend once, and what would be that course?
Okay, I didn't get the question in terms of, are you speaking that which course would you take with that money? I don't think
No, no,
there's a
no. If you
money
had no
restriction.
restrictions, yeah, no restrictions
Okay,
whatsoever, what
okay.
institution would you go to, and what would be the course that you pursue there?
Okay, possibly either Oxford or Harvard. And at the same time, there is Caroline University, which is the oldest one. So I would definitely want to visit there, not for any course, but just to experience how that oldest university is. So yeah, there.
If you could live in any country, what that country would be?
India.
India. Okay. If you were a product, what product would you be?
I would be a computer
Why a computer?
because I process a lot of things all the time. That's how I feel.
Fair
That's
enough.
how I see myself within
If
five
you were
seconds.
famous,
Yeah.
yeah, if you were famous, what would be you famous for?
Famous for, okay, you want a designation? I would be famous
No,
for I would be famous
yeah,
for social service, I suppose. I would be famous
that,
for serving people. That is my genre. Yeah.
that's actually excellent.
And education. I
Uh,
know I'm late for education, but yeah.
Yes. If
Hmm.
you could take a day, what would be your preferred activity?
If
If you
you,
could take if you could take a day off, what would be your preferred activity?
okay, day off. Okay, my preferred activity as of today would be sleeping because I've missed that a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know it would be sounding boring, but trust me, I need that more than ever.
If you could
Yeah,
cook any food, what would be the dish you'll cook?
it would be a biryani.
Uh, Biryani lovers. Um, I think that would wrap up. I'll invite the audience to join in as well. If you have any questions, rapid fire round to ask to Sir, you can go ahead, or
Please,
we'll
please.
call
Yeah.
this to an end. I would like to end this. Sir, could you share your favorite quote that you live by?
Okay. Favorite quote. I often quote Mr. Warren Buffett when he said that if you want to improve yourself and if you want to invest in something, after investing everywhere, everything, he says that invest in yourself. So invest in yourself, and in when he said that, he also said that uh, you invest in enhancing your communication skills. So enhance your communication skills, and not just communication skills. By communication skills, you will be enhancing yourself as a personality 50%. So that's the biggest investment that you can put in. My sister seems to be having some activity here. She's asking if I
Yeah,
can cook. Okay, I
see,
can
that
count
was
those
the
things.
question only.
Sorry. Yeah,
That
I can
that's
count
why
those
I
things on
specified.
fingers.
Yeah.
I can count those
What
things
what
on
are those?
fingers, but no, let's not get there. Let's not embarrass me after a good session. Okay, but on that note, नहीं नहीं बोल नहीं खोली इसमें. It's cool to learn some things later in life. But I'm a good food analyst. If there's a dish that is given to me, I can taste it really well. Number one, it's important. Okay. Number two, I can suggest the ingredients which can be put in for sorry. You made burgers last time. Okay, she's giving me answers as well. She's just come to the room to give me the answer, and she's having some fun out there in that, yeah, in the other room. She said that you made burgers the other day. Uh, so she's saying that you made burgers the other day, and a lot of dishes which I tend to recommend that okay, try adding this ingredient and it would turn out better. So trust me, Dipali, I'm not kidding. Ask Kutsa if you think I'm not doing that. Okay, so I am a good food analyst and I can tell that okay, this ingredient would do better and try this, and possibly like once I said that in biryani you can have fish biryani, and once my mom had a day off, and like not a day off, but she was in mood and she prepared a fish biryani, and trust me, I've never had that kind of biryani till date. So giving some suggestions about food is always a good thing. Spoken like a teacher. Which one? Which? Where?
I think so. At
No.
giving advice, that's what you
Oh,
think.
okay. I get it. I connect now. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I don't know. I am okay with being an academician, but when it comes to being a teacher, like I'm teaching you, that kind of sounds a bit off to me. I know it's a very noble profession, but I still feel that we all can learn together. I don't believe in I teach and you learn. It's we discuss, we learn. That's my approach towards education. So two quotes. One I said about Warren Buffett. Coming back to the other quote, it is by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He said that whenever you feel low, like it is a thing when you feel low, look at people below you. Look at people who are underprivileged, and you will automatically feel the motivation of doing better. You'll automatically feel the motivation of feeling better. When you feel better, you perform better. When you think, "Arey, Elon Musk Mars pe ja raha hai, main kahan, mulund tak bhi nahi pahuncha." When you think in a negative way, when you're a pessimist, you would constrain yourself in a space which is very suffocating. When you look at people below you, when you are staying in a flat, you look at people who are not so privileged. You feel that okay, this is much spacious. You would be cribbing about we should be having five extra rooms, we should be having two extra rooms, we should be having one more flat. But when you see somebody who's staying in a very tiny room, a hutment area, when you just go to these places, see people who are underprivileged. I would love to do that when somebody puts a story, when we are enjoying the rains. I know a guy, I would not like to name him. He's a co-founder of a very big YouTube channel. He always, when it is raining, he's still living in a small room. जब बारिश ज़्यादा होती है, his room is filled with water. And when you are enjoying that, piece of bhajia, or you're enjoying that samosa, garma garam samosa and vada pav. After having that, you're enjoying the rains and the smell of mud and all these things. Uh, and you see that story that this guy you're enjoying, and that guy is somewhere down, even after working much more harder than you, he's cleaning his house and taking the water off his house. That moment, take a moment and be grateful to the creator, or to whatever, to nature, or whatever you think has created you. To your creator, you take a moment and thank for whatever you have, because when you thank, you get more. That is what I believe in. When Amra is here, he's saying big fan. He is one of the, I mark my words, he will be one of the political leaders. His family is already into politics. He would be a very good politician. He knows which words to speak when, and I've always called him Netaji whenever we meet, and it's like a friend to friend relationship. And he's always a fun person to meet. And trust me, Dikshit ji, I call him Dikshit ji also. So Vinamra, all the best for your election rallies, and the way you will convince your voters to make you MP or a PM someday.
Right. So I hope a lot of the people in the audience got to learn a lot about you, and I really, really hope that we get to do this again sometime offline before we all
Definitely,
graduate
definitely,
and go to our different paths in life. Thank you so much,
definitely.
sir, for joining. If you wish to say something before leaving, to leave with the audience, you have the platform, or we can end it.
There's a question from Rashawn, again a guy who I bond with really well. He's saying, how should we handle pressure? Need to learn this from the best.
Yes.
Okay, you be under pressure, put yourself under pressure, and pressure will teach you how to be, right? So if you are under pressure, you try a bit more pressure, put yourself under more pressure. When you have an exam and the interview date is scheduled on the day of exam, try doing that, try taking that chance. If that exam is not so important that your career is dependent on that exam, try to challenge yourself a bit extra than what you think you can do, and possibly you will do better than what you think you can. So I think, yeah, that is all about it. I really enjoyed Nati and the entire team once again. Thank you so much. You guys made my day, and it was fun. It was fun reading all the comments. All the questions were really interesting. They put my neurons at work. They were resting since quite a time, since afternoon maybe, and really good questions. Made me think, and I really had an amazing time.
Thank you so much, sir. Once
Thank you
again,
so much.
yeah, I'm really sorry for that little glitch
Not at
here
all,
and
not
there,
at
but
all. You've said thrice already. Not at all. It is the fault of technology and not yours. So it's absolutely fine. And it keeps happening. These things keeps happening. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, so we call it?
yeah, let's call it. Thank you so much for joining,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you so
okay.
much, everyone, for joining.
Thank you. Goodbye. Take
Bye.
care.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.